What's up, everybody? This is Sean.
This is Alan.
And this is Inside the Square, the wrestling podcast coming at you from sunny St. Mary's, California, Maryland. What's good, big buddy?
Clash of the Castles.
Coming soon. September what? September 8th?
No, September 3rd.
Oh, my bad. Sorry, Jesus. September 3rd. Coming soon. Who you got for the big match?
Drew McIntyre.
I got Drew McIntyre, too. Seen a lot of reports floating around. Drew McIntyre versus Roman Reigns, Clash of the Castle. I've seen a lot of reports running around.
Someone might interfere with his match.
Floating around, rather, saying that that they're going to split the titles up.
Finally.
For those who don't know, Roman Reigns is Universal Champion. He has both championships, the Universal Championship and the WWE Championship.
You know how long he had the WWE Championship for?
A long time.
120 days.
That's a long time.
Yeah.
But they're talking about splitting it up because Raw wants a champion on their brand all the time. You know, and SmackDown's going to always have a champion on their brand.
Yeah.
So
Roman Reigns.
So it's going to be interesting to see how I think he's going to probably relinquish one.
Yeah.
So as not to get pinned.
Yeah.
Because they built 2 years into building him up to be, you know, this unbeatable champion.
Yeah.
So I think it's going to be part of it.
Yeah.
Now, what we don't know is how Karrion Kross plays into this.
I think causing Drew McIntyre the match.
Triple H has brought that dude back.
Finally.
It's interesting, man, because like I said, they fired him over a year ago. Him and his wife, Scarlett, and now both of them are back.
Finally.
Curious to see if they make Scarlett stop doing her OnlyFans page because she's an OnlyFans person, making a ton of damn money. But, you know, WWE back up a Brinks money truck, and guess what? I'll stop doing the damn OnlyFans too. You give me that much money. Just curious, though, to see if Karrion Kross is in the title mix very soon.
I think he is.
I think he will be too. Because
beating Roman Reigns, finally.
I can't see that happening. He's not a big enough star yet.
Dang it.
Kross he's done a lot of stuff in Impact, Ring of Honor, NXT, two-time NXT heavyweight champion. But he kind of got stalled out in the big brand. He did. He had an undefeated streak, 6 or 7 matches in a row. He had won. He had wrestled a bunch of dark matches. But he just didn't click with fans. And his gimmick was really stupid.
Yeah.
He was like a gladiator or something, bull jive.
Yeah.
Had a helmet on and suspenders. Yeah. He looked real stupid.
Yeah.
And his gimmick just never worked. Never clicked with the fans. Never clicked with me.
What about in NXT?
NXT, his gimmick was really good. He was like a Brock-Lesnar type character.
Yeah.
He didn't. It's weird because he didn't really do his own promos. He let Scarlett do his promos, and I always thought he was a really good talker from listening to him in NXT.
Yeah.
And listening to him in some of the other promos he did, Ring of Honor, Impact. He's a really good talker. He's very, very funny. I think they need to give him a chance to branch out and do his own thing.
Maybe go against one of the Usos.
That would be interesting.
Yeah.
That'd be interesting. I'm just curious to how they're going to put him into the mix because he's already going to be feuding with Drew McIntyre.
That's going to be weird.
Well, I think that'd be good.
Like, Roman Reigns has to be the babyface now.
Well, in the main brand, we've only seen Karrion Kross wrestle like a few true heavyweights, like Keith Lee. We've seen him wrestle Dijakovic. And those dudes give him a run for their money.
Yeah.
And those guys are really good.
Yeah.
Dijakovic is really talented. He's T-bar now or something.
Yeah.
I saw the match he had with Shelton Benjamin the other night, and it was really, really well done. Shelton Benjamin is really, really good athlete.
Really good.
I always wonder why they never pushed him for a heavyweight championship belt.
Not against Roman.
What I'm saying is he has that level of talent. You always wonder, like, what could have been.
Or Dijakovic.
Dijakovic, he's not good at the mic skills, I don't think. He's a great wrestler.
Yeah.
But I don't think he's good at cutting promos.
Yeah.
And it seemed like his best matches were all with Keith Lee.
Always.
He always showed out when he wrestled Keith Lee, who, by the way, is one of the AEW champions.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah, I like Keith Lee. And like I said, I wonder if Triple H is going to bring some of his guys back. Like Keith Lee is a Triple H guy.
Yeah.
Karrion Kross was a Triple H guy.
Yeah.
Johnny Gargano was a Triple H guy.
They might bring back Johnny Gargano.
Adam Cole, Triple H guy.
Yeah.
And what happens to Brock Lesnar? Are they going to re-sign him? It's a lot of questions.
I think they're not.
I don't think they're going to re-sign him either.
No.
Too much money.
Yeah.
He
might go against Karrion Kross.
That's interesting.
Like, Karrion Kross would beat Brock Lesnar for the first time.
I don't think so.
Like, he's advertising in 2023.
The problem with Karrion Kross beating Brock Lesnar, no one knows who Karrion Kross is.
I know who he is.
You know who he is because you follow wrestling. But you're gonna have a dude that's unknown beat the biggest star in your industry.
That could be really good for Karrion Kross.
I don't think so. That's not.
I want to see that.
That's not the kind of. That's a bad idea waiting to happen. That'll turn fans away. That's just like Austin Theory cashing in on Roman Reigns or something, or Brock Lesnar. People will stop watching.
Like, how is Theory gonna try to cash in on Roman Reigns?
I don't know how they're gonna do that angle.
Yeah, Theory's gonna get his butt kicked by Kross.
Yeah, shout out to Austin Theory. You know, he's been missing a couple. You know, since SummerSlam. Came to find out, his uncle passed away. Not too long ago.
I didn't see it coming.
Well, I mean, no one knows when death is gonna be around the corner.
Yeah.
His uncle, I guess, was really instrumental in getting him into wrestling. And rest in peace to his uncle. I don't want to go out into a rabbit hole with that. But we forget that these athletes have families.
That's important.
It's very important. Especially people who helped you get to where you're at. So shout out to that man. Hope he mourns his uncle. Real interesting to see him come back. How they're going to integrate him back into the fold. And it's, like I said, real interesting to see what Triple H does.
Yeah.
It's going to be interesting to see what he does, man. There's new NXT Tag Team Women's Champions now. I don't know if they need... I guess they do need that belt.
Yeah.
Those belts for NXT women's. But it just don't seem like it's enough women's tag teams.
That's kind of true.
I mean, I think Bayley's new faction, they're probably going to win the tag team belts here really soon.
Yeah. She might win the
WWE.
Raw Women's Champion.
I don't think so.
I see it coming.
I don't think they're going to win it.
They are.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't see it happening.
I see it happening.
I don't know if EO and Dakota Kai, they're a small tag team too. Those are small. Those are itty bitty little ladies.
Yeah.
So I'm curious, and also Shayna Baszler, she's in the big brand now.
Yeah.
Why don't they give her a push to win the Raw Women's Championship?
But she's going against Liv Morgan.
Liv Morgan's boring, man. I'm sorry, she's boring.
I think Shayna Baszler is going to be the new SmackDown Women's Champion.
I'd like to see her as a SmackDown Women's Champion. She is really good. She's a really good wrestler, really good heel.
Yeah.
And she has a lot of charisma, man. I follow her on IG, and she's fun. She's a fun follow. She likes her dogs. She likes training. She likes everything she does. And I kind of realize, we don't really know these people outside of what their characters are. But her, her character is, she's a former MMA fighter. That's who she is.
Yeah. They were booing at Liv Morgan last night.
That's interesting. The crowd has finally turned on her.
Finally.
And shout out to Liv Morgan. We're not trying to be haters or nothing. We know she's worked hard to get to where she's at with that belt and stuff like that. But
she's going to lose it very quickly.
But I don't think they ever should have put it on her.
That was probably a bad idea because she has to go against Shayna Baszler now.
Well, those are things that a lot of these.
How is Triple H going to do that?
A lot of these things were set in motion by Vince, and now Vince is gone.
Finally.
But just because they're Vince's people don't mean they're Triple H's people.
Yeah.
And I think we've all noticed that with the way they have things. Because now, everyone is talking about the disintegration of the Street Profits. When will they finally break up? I hope they don't break up, but at the same time...
I see it coming.
I see it coming, too. I hope if they do break up, they don't shatter their friendship, on screen. I hope it's some kind of amicable breakup.
Or a plot twist.
Yeah. And, and they give Montez Ford his solo run, his stuff like that. But at the same time,
maybe against the Intercontinental Championship?
I think he needs to run like Kofi did.
Against Roman? No way.
Listen to me. Montez Ford is really fun to watch. Good promos, great athlete, good in-ring performer, can do all kind of crazy stuff.
How is he supposed to beat Roman Reigns?
I mean, a lot of it is writing, man. Not necessarily how. I think they have to build up his story enough to beat him. Because he's not like a proven singles competitor. He's not like
he's a tag
Roman.
Team competitor.
Like they had to build up Roman's story over time. He was a member of the Shield. He was the powerhouse of the Shield. And
he was the guy.
He was the guy. And then, he had enough singles matches, enough feuds with different people, and he became a megastar. They think they got to do the same thing with Montez Ford.
To beat Roman?
I don't know about necessarily beating Roman, but,
I just want to see Roman get pinned, and I would laugh the whole time.
These guys that we're watching won't be around forever. They got to clear space for the new dudes. And you start...
Riddle.
You got to start building their legacies now. Because in 4 or 5 years, half the dudes on this roster won't be there. That's just the way it is. It's attrition.
Yeah.
Half those dudes won't be there. So if you're not training this new crop of talent for the future, you're destined to fail.
Yeah.
AEW, they got a lot of younger people, but they also got a lot of old dudes.
Like Chris Jericho.
Well, they got way more than Chris Jericho. Look at the Hardy Boys. Look at some of these other guys that's with the Dark Order and stuff like that. These guys are not young wrestlers.
They're older.
They're older guys. So at some point, you got to start building up your bench, man. You can't have dudes that's 38, 40 years old winning a heavyweight championship. Not consistently winning it. You got to mix it up. Because look at Ring of Honor. They made Cesaro, Claudio Castagnelli, their heavyweight champion. Okay, he's in his mid-30s, probably in the prime of his career. Well, right outside of his prime.
Yeah.
That's smart.
That's really smart.
That's smart. But guess what you got to do? You got to build somebody else up to challenge him. And now Jonathan Gresham left. That dude was a dude you want to stick around.
Yeah.
But he couldn't come to a meeting of the minds, and he wanted to be champ, and they wouldn't let him, and they hey, you know what, go home. So he went home, took his ball and went home.
Yeah.
Do I think that was smart? I don't know. Tony Khan knows a lot more about how everything works than we do. But at the same time, man, you got to build up your young wrestlers. I mean, look at NXT. Braun Breaker's a heavyweight champ.
He's young.
He's very young. But that's like the future, though.
Like, how long did he had it for?
He's had it twice now. He's a 2-time.
Like, his second reign
champion.
is better.
I like him, man. I think he has a lot of Scott Steiner in him. I know that's his uncle.
They should bring him to the main roster.
I don't think they should bring him to the main roster yet. I don't want him to get lost. I like Braun Breaker. I like him a lot. I mean, I think he would be even better like on something like AEW.
Yeah.
Can you imagine a match with him and Hangman Page?
That would be pretty good.
That would be awesome. Hangman
Really
Page
good.
is a really good wrestler, man. I love to watch that dude wrestle.
Now he's with the Young Bucks now.
Yeah, that's the squad, man. I saw, not the...
Like when Kenny Omega comes back.
Yeah, I can't wait, man. They showed a thing about New Japan Pro Wrestling and about some of the factions, and they focused on the Bullet Club. Man, those dudes are awesome. They've been around forever. They've had all kind of different members.
Finn Balor was in it, too.
AJ Styles was in it. Kenny Omega.
Yeah.
The Good Brothers. I mean, it's been way more than that. Adam Cole. It's been a lot of members in that faction, and they've been around for a long time.
Really long time.
They're all foreigners. They're all mostly heels, and they all beat the hell out of people. And that's what you got. You got to have for a faction.
Like Jon Moxley.
Moxley is awesome. Probably the best heavyweight champion in any other companies, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Because he'll wrestle anybody, anywhere, anytime.
Like when CM Punk gets back, he's gonna win that championship back.
What do you think about Ric Flair's last match? Did you see any of the snippets in that?
No.
Yeah, I watched some of it. It was hard to watch, man, because I'm one of the dudes that, you didn't grow up watching him like I did in his prime.
Yeah.
I grew up watching him in his prime, or right outside of his prime. So it's hard to watch him now, a 70-some-year-old man, still there trying to wrestle his last match.
That's hard.
With Jay White. And it was just, I don't know, it's just weird to see. Because, you never should watch your heroes age. Because it kind of just detracts something from them. It was hard to watch it, but I was really happy for him.
Yeah.
I was really happy for him, man. Because, he went from being a dude that trying to be like Dusty Rhodes to a dude that was, ultimately a bigger name than Dusty Rhodes.
He was.
I mean, he is, rather. I shouldn't say he was. He is. He's had a lot of stuff happen with his past, with the plane ride from hell, him and the sexual harassment stuff. But, we're not talking about that right now. We're talking about his last match. And his last match was, like I say, it was pretty decent. And you can tell he put some time into it.
And Andrade was there.
Yeah. I mean, that's his son-in-law.
It is.
That's his son.
In real life.
In real life, that's his son-in-law. That dude's married to his little girl.
Charlotte Flair.
Yeah. So you
is Charlotte Flair gonna be back in WWE?
I think she is. The reason I think she will be is because she's still doing stuff on behalf of the company. She just visited the Peacock headquarters.
Yeah.
So I mean,
she might go against Liv Morgan.
She'll beat Liv Morgan
really quick.
Yeah, she's way better than just about anybody else they got on the roster.
Would you let Shayna Baszler win it, or
I would?
You would?
I would.
Wow.
The reason I say it so quickly because
are they building up Ronda Rousey versus Shayna Baszler or something?
I think Rousey's taking some time off because they gave her an indefinite suspension or some bull job like that.
Yeah.
So I think she might be hurt or so she has something going on.
Yeah.
But they gave her an indefinite suspension for attacking the referee and stuff like that. I thought that was a pretty good match, and she kind of showed the different skill level between her and Liv Morgan.
Yeah.
And it was very obvious. And I was like, are they really going to show it like this? It was kind of like the Bobby Lashley, Brock Lesnar match. Like, you didn't expect Brock to just dominate him like he did.
No.
But he did.
Yeah.
And then, it was like that with this match. Like, you expected
everything.
Ronda to dominate her, but not like that.
Nah.
She was just, embarrassing her.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't know if they want to show this.
They should.
They did. So it was kind of weird, man. It was very weird to see it, just like that. But, who knows? But she probably come back soon.
Win back her title?
Yeah. She's a big name, man. She's a huge name.
If she has to go against Shayna Baszler.
She trained Shayna Baszler how to be a wrestler. And they've been knowing each other for years.
A long time?
They're friends in real life, so it'd be interesting to see them.
Yeah.
Because they're both former MMA fighters. Rousey's probably the most decorated female wrestler, combat sports person they've ever had.
Yeah.
Because she was a real UFC champion.
She was.
And she held it for a long time.
2 years?
Yeah. Undefeated for a while until Holly Holmes gave her that roundhouse kick to the head and beat the holy hell out of her.
Yeah.
Shout out to Holly Holmes. She's awesome.
Really good.
She hadn't won the belt in a while, but she's a very competent fighter. And not to go too deep into MMA, but she really exposed Rousey for her lack of stand up.
Yeah, and she proved her wrong.
Amanda Nunes did the same thing. Just stand up and fight her.
Yeah,
and that's how you win. And that's what they did. Well, we're going to the end of the episode. If you got anything, drop us a line, or shoot us a message on IG, or shoot us a message through TikTok. Until the next time, see you down the road.
Bye.